Does the sound of nails on a blackboard or a fork scraping on glass bother you? I bet just listening to those words made some of you cringe. The very thought of them makes you grimace and send shivers down your spine. These sounds are universally despised, but why do we have such an extremely unpleasant reaction to these sounds? Is it just because they're annoying to listen to? Or is there a deeper, biological explanation behind it? Why can't we bear the sound of nails dragging on a blackboard? In 2012, scientists conducted a study where they asked people to rank a list of sounds according to how annoying they were. The sounds that made it to the top included knife on glass, nails on a blackboard, fork on glass, and shrill screams. All of these sounds had one underlying similarity: their high pitch. Pitch is determined by frequency. The number of times a thing occurs is said to be its frequency. Similarly, the number of vibrations caused by a sound wave is its frequency. More vibrations correspond to a high-pitched sound. The unit of measurement for frequency is Hertz. Human beings can hear sounds in the frequency range between 20 Hz and 20,000 Hz. The frequencies of these sounds listed above are between 2,000 Hz and 5,000 Hz. Our ears appear to be the most sensitive to this range of sound frequency. While the people participating in the study listened to these sounds, scientists measured the real-time activity in their brains through functional magnetic resonance imaging, fMRI. fMRI shows activity in the brain by measuring the changes in blood flow in the brain. An active part of the brain uses more oxygen, which causes more blood to flow to that specific area. Scientists observed that sounds like nails clawing on a blackboard and a knife scraping on glass caused high activity in two brain regions, the auditory cortex and the amygdala. The auditory cortex is the part of the brain that helps us make sense of the sounds we hear each day. The amygdala is a small pouch-like structure known as the emotion center of the brain. When we see an unsuspecting spider in our room and run out of the room at top speed, it is our amygdala at work. It triggers our fight or flight response, which is essential for our survival. Why does such sounds trigger our survival instincts? Of all the sounds mentioned, screaming is the only one produced as a normal reaction to a situation. Human beings are evolutionarily programmed to respond to a scream, as if it were a matter of life or death, because in the past, it often was. The distress calls, or calls for help, emitted by our primitive ancestors were similar to the sound of screams. A scream, like any other sound, consists of multiple frequencies. In another study, scientists isolated the different frequencies of a shrill noise, i.e. a shriek, and asked individuals to rank them according to the discomfort they caused. Surprisingly, it wasn't the highest notes of the scream that were the most painful to listen to, but rather the middle frequency notes. The frequency of the sound of nails clawing on a blackboard was a perfect match with the middle frequencies of a scream. Hence, scientists speculate that the sounds of nails clawing on a blackboard or a fork scraping on a plate set off the same alarm bells in our heads as a scream, though our visual cues tell us that nothing threatening is happening around us. So we can say that the goosebumps that we get when hearing the mentioned voices or other sounds that share the same frequency range is part of the nature of the brain to warn us of danger. And it is something our bodies have preserved since the Paleolithic humans to respond to danger and prepare for it.